Whenever someone finds out that I've been involved in Bitcoin for a very long time, often I get asked, well, what do you think about Ethereum or Solana or whatever the latest craze is in cryptocurrency? And it's true, I have been involved in Bitcoin for a very long time. And during that time, I have also been involved with various altcoins, which is the generic name for any cryptocurrency that's not Bitcoin. In fact, I started with Bitcoin in 2013. By 2015, I was also involved in altcoins, but I completely stopped in 2022. Why is that? The truth is, I became a Bitcoin maximalist. I've discovered and I've realized that Bitcoin is the only currency that is a form of money. And in fact, most altcoins, and there are millions of them now, are basically worthless. Now, I will be the first to say that a few might have legitimate use cases, but those use cases are not as money. They might be as interesting tech projects, but they're not as a form of money like Bitcoin is. And note, this is not because I'm not Bitcoin maximalist because I think Bitcoin has better tech in everything. It doesn't. But however, I do think it has better economics over any other cryptocurrency when it comes to being a form of money. There's a number of reasons for this. One is the network effect. The value, that means a value of a product or service increases as more people use it. And the fact is Bitcoin being the first cryptocurrency, the oldest cryptocurrency, is also the largest. It has the greatest network effect. It, in fact, has a dominant network effect, which is very important for money. Because for money to be useful, people need to accept it more broadly. And of all the cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin is definitely number one. There's really no reason to accept another cryptocurrency as a form of money over Bitcoin. Ultimately, I would say Bitcoin is unique. Its creation was a new event. Every other cryptocurrency since Bitcoin is simply trying to improve on the edges of the project, so to speak. Bitcoin alone, though, was a jump, a leap forward from the older forms of money, gold, silver, and then fiat currency, to a new form of money, which is Bitcoin. Also, it's unique because it does not have any controlling founder. Nobody knows who or where Satoshi Nakamoto is. It has no controlling entity. There's no group that's in charge of Bitcoin. It is truly decentralized, which is absolutely necessary for a sound and moral form of money, which is what Bitcoin is. Also, Bitcoin is fundamentally conservative in ways that other cryptocurrencies aren't. Other cryptocurrencies purposely try to say, hey, we have better tech. We can adapt to this. We can create this new way of doing this or that. Well, that's actually bad for a form of money. You want a form of money to be stable. You don't want it to change over time. You want it to stay essentially the same. And that's what Bitcoin is, because it is so difficult to make any major changes to the underlying tech of Bitcoin that you can be sure that Bitcoin will remain the way it is. So ultimately, I would say only Bitcoin is a form of money when it comes to all the cryptocurrencies. And so if you want to talk to me about various other crypto projects, fine, we can talk about the tech of it. We can talk about maybe a use case for it, but you're not going to convince me that it's a form of money, because only Bitcoin is a form of money, and only Bitcoin is the real means in which individuals can save for the future.